art studies on Mount San Gorgonio area. Now, this is a very complex art team. It's so incredible that it seems almost impossible, but it's not. Now, this is a huge, like, canvas or like song art panel that's meant to teach. And it's meant to be seen from the mountain on the other side. So as you look down, you see this whole area. So what I've been showing you yesterday, and what kind of piqued my interest, was this face here and feathers headdress shooting up here, right? So we'll zoom in a little bit. So this is what I'm talking about. Eye, nose, comes down here, nose, right? It's got a headband on, and the feathers shoot up in the air, right? It's more complex, but we'll get into that later. Well, I guess I could show you now if you really want to look. See this area right here? Imagine it as a long hummingbird beak, right? Looks almost like it's in some flower down here. And its head, its eye right there, its head, and there's its wing, and there's its other wing, right? And it's flapping so fast, like you can see there, bam, bam, it's flapping so fast. And there's its tail. But it's also the chief there. His eye, his nose, right? But also, look right next to him. There's something cut into the hill here. There's a circle, mouth, right? Let's go in circle. To me, it looks a little bit like a skull. I'm not totally sure, but just another image right along there, right? So what else is going on here that's so interesting? So there's a story about the bear, and the bear goes down into the ground and causes earthquakes, right? So here's the bear. He's carved into the mountain. His muzzle's right here. There's his nose right there. This is his head. His ears right there. His ears right here. He's like kind of heading down this way, right? His back is all right here. Goes all the way along. Down here, his tail, right? He's got his legs. You can see him pretty good as he's coming down the mountain there, right? It's pretty easy to see, and I bet you a LiDAR will love it. But anyways, he's coming down here, the bear. So this is his ear. This is his ear. Here's his muzzle. It's a little close up. His eyes will be right in here, right? So he's coming down, but you're like, see this like line coming down right here, and it looks like almost like an eye there, right? He's like, looks like he's looking down, like he's going down, right? And then the image almost has a pair of ears right there, and top of his head going down, right into the ground, right? So then we'll pan out, and then there's a river there, right? There's a stream. What's going on here? You can't go into the stream. Well, I believe, team, that this under here is representative of underground or the underworld. So the bear, you can see his face starting to pop out here. He's starting to come down here, right? So he's coming down here to cause earthquakes. His ears are right here. His eyes right here. His neck, his big bulge. Grizzly comes all the way around here. This line. Whoops, this line comes down here, right? So he's going down into here, and there's his nose, there's his other eye, like he's coming down into the ground, right? And he's causing earthquakes. So the bear god's going down into the ground, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's pretty awesome. And then I noticed that there's other images down here in this area. Like right here, there's a nose, eye, looks like an ear. So it looks like a bear's face right there, just on the bottom there in the underworld. So it shows that that the bear went down there. Something else super cool. So once I saw that there was this underworld, I was like, wow, this must be a huge panel of the creation song. And I started noticing that there's a lot of images right here, like bird-like images. There's the condor. Here's the wing of the condor, comes down here. His head's up in here. Another image of the head comes up to there, and he's a bigger one. It comes all the way down here. There's another bird-like image there. I don't know what that is. That almost looks like a frog, right? All the way down, there's like a whole lineup of like animal images all the way down here till you get to here, and it's more of a like a snake head. Now these are huge areas. These are huge. So this is just what I've been seeing here, and there's a lot more. So there's an image of, right there, we'll come out here. All right, if you follow along here, team, let's get it right. If you look right around in here, it's almost a circle. I'm not doing a good circle, but it's almost a circle. And I believe that might be some type of count, like possibly a calendar. If you even look, it's got like notches through it. Like, I don't know. I haven't really studied it super good, but I kind of see the notches going all the way around. And there's all kinds of images within this, inside here, especially of the creator. And all those, like a lot of those bird feathers are in here too. Easy to see, like right here, you can see some of the feathers. There's feathers right here. Pretty. But there's other stuff going on in there. So really complex writing. And these are huge. Huge. Here you can see the circle a little bit better. The art comes down into here, right here. There's something going on here. So it basically, what they did is they took the landscape and they created like almost like a TV, right? So when we're looking at this computer screen, these are all tiny little dots of color, right? And what they did is they used all little tiny dots of color. So basically, their dots of colors were trees, rocks, different things like that are in the landscape, right? And they placed those there to make the art that they're wanting to showcase here, which is the creation history. So let's go. Let's look for some more. Let's look for some more here. It's crazy. Now that people are coming on, they're a little blocking my view a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll move this stuff up. All right, so we'll go over the chief one more time here, and he's right here. His eyes right here. His nose here. It looks like he's got kind of like a beard there, but I'm not totally sure it's a beard yet, but it kind of looks like it. And then his feathers shoot up like this. Right. All right. So what else is there? So let's zoom in. So when you zoom in, you can see that the bear's here. His nose, eyes, ears, comes around here. He's going down into the ground. Right. The bear's here, but there's also an image here. Now And he showed me that, like, if you look at a certain angle, like right about there, it looks a lot like a jaguar, right? Jaguar. But the face then turns into the chief. It's pretty awesome. But originally, when you look there, you can see like the bear is right here, and the jaguar's looking right there. So the two brothers are just right there together. Super cool for me. You may not be seeing this stuff, but it's awesome and it's there. Let's go over here and see some other things. All right, for a little bit for scale here. This whole thing is a huge bear right here. So this is the back. Here's his tail. His back comes all the way along here. His ear, and then he's heading down the mountain, right? So why are all these bears heading down the mountain? Well, yeah, they're showing movement. Like there's several images of a bear coming, bam, 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 coming down, and then going down under this drainage, the stream, the river, and going down into the ground. All right, let's find some other images. And these are, it's not just an image, team. It's a mound, right? So let's find that bear again. So right here's a bear. This is cut into there. Like right here is his muzzle, right? It's cut down here to show the side of his head and his ear right there. His leg is right here. He's a pretty fat grizzly. This line that's cut up here, I haven't measured it yet, but man, it's got to be miles long. Look, how do you cut a line that long? You have to have some serious time to do it, and a lot of skill to be able to cut the right way to make it continuously look like that bear. This art must have taken thousands of years to complete. All these different pieces of the songs around here. Now, what led me here is that there's all types of songs about San Gorgonio and Mount San Bernardino. So, came here to look for more. All right, let's do one more here. We'll do another one for you. What we got here? Something. All right, we'll go to here. So if you can kind of come in here and look right over in this area. All right, I'll show you how art can be multiple things, right? So since the story is the two brothers, and they're attached. When they were born, like there's always usually both of them, right? So there's usually a jaguar and there's usually a grizzly bear, and they're usually together. And I showed you the big one, like this. Here it is. His back of his butt, his back comes here. It comes down here. There's his nose right there, and his muzzle. And the grizzly, he's going this way. But there is also a jaguar there. So how do you see a jaguar there too, right? So you come in a little closer, and up here you'll see the jaguar markings. And this part will disappear, and you'll see his eye, and you'll see the jaguar come out there. That's the creator of the brother. And it's how I often look for the two. I look for the plants that look like jaguar skin. Now you're not going to learn all this in one day, team. It took me years and years of looking at this with an open mind to actually be able to read it. But this is a whole song here. I mean, you could study it, find each individual image, add them all up, and then recreate the whole creation song here based off what was already written down and what the local indigenous peoples already know. So the creation history is just like right here. Wow, it's just it's not easy to explain this stuff. Like that's why I show that each individual image. But when you're seeing that chief, we'll bring the chief out again for y'all right here. So he's eye, nose, and the headdress comes up here. Once you see the chief like that, you're just like, it's so indigenous looking in art, and then having the feather shoot up. So behind Cal State San Bernardino, there's another image of a shadow with the feathers shooting up like that, and the face looks so similar. So that's how I initially saw this, because I've already seen a piece of art like that. So you all want to go to Arrowhead Peak? Little movement over there and check it out. Little side movement. We can do that. We can go to Arrowhead Peak. All right. Here we go. Let's go to Arrowhead Peak. All right. This was the original song garden that I found. And what we'll do is we'll show you what's going on here, some basic images that usually don't occur in nature. And we'll show you these round images from far away. So look at the top of Arrowhead Peak right here, and there's two round circles. There's a circle there, and there's a circle there. Huge ones, right? So why would there be two huge circles on the top of Arrowhead Peak? Well, that could signify the sun and the moon, or other things, other parts of the creation song. All right, so let me tilt this a little bit. All right, we'll scoot back out to Arrowhead Peak. All right, we'll go over here, and I'm going to change the heading a little bit so you guys can see from a different angle. All right, so this would be looking directly at it, at Arrowhead Peak. All right, we're going to zoom in here. I want you to see the art at the top of the peak, right, and how much stuff is going on there, right? So as you zoom out, you can start seeing there's stuff going on there. There's a circle right here, right? And if you look, you look a little closer and you study for a while, it's also a basket sitting there, right? And there's this basket, and inside of it is medicine. And over here, there's a head, and then Mother Earth, she's a turtle, and there's a turtle that like a whole turtle shell over here, and a turtle's there, and actually handing this basket here to have the medicine to cure the god. And then Coyote is right here. Eye, ear, nose. And Coyote comes flying down here, hits the basket, knocks it over, and the contents spill out, right? And then they can't cure the god, and Coyote wants to get the songs or the power. So that's one of the songs pieces that is on Arrowhead Peak, and that's right there. But that doesn't mean that image is the only image song on there, because each image sometimes has multiple songs. I can imagine that they were here, they put one song, and the next generation adds to it, and they just keep adding to the canvas over successive generations until you have this huge, incredible masterpiece all along our mountains. Thousands of years of work. Now, how do you prove this stuff scientifically? I mean, how do you really prove that someone earth moved and planted plants? Well, my belief is that if you did a DNA study on the plants of Arrowhead Peak and McKinley Mountain, and then tested to see if there was a bottleneck for being feral, right? So it would show that similar to the area of the mound builders where they studied the plants around the Mississippi Valley, that a lot of the plants were used initially and then they were discarded because corn came in, right? So I believe that this would show that there was that same use, like you would always use the best plants to plant more plants, right? You want your gardens to be the best to harvest from, so they would have been using that. And then once they stopped utilizing the gardens, they would have reverted a lot of times back to the feral gardens. But a lot of these are mounded and outlined in areas to where it would still maintain the art. So here's some more stuff on Arrowhead Peak. We'll show you some more stuff. Here we go. Here's the bear, right? So here's the bear right here. His eye, his muzzle comes down here, and this is his nose and mouth right here, right? So we'll come in close so you can see the eye and the eye, and this is the nose. So we're going to go back out. Ooh. Eye, in the nose, right? But it's more than that. His hair, his fur comes up to here, and here's his ear, right? The top of his head comes right along there. He has another ear right there. Bam, right? And what is he doing? He's chilling there, right? Because his body's coming down here. His body's all the way around here in this darker plants, right? And he has another paw here. And then he has another paw that comes down this way. Like, kind of like holding the arrowhead. So that the bear is sitting there holding the arrowhead. Very interesting, very beautiful. Cool piece of art. All right, so let's move in over here. All right, where's his... Okay, so right here, here's wood rat. So wood rat's right here. His eye, nose, the ear, and the ear, right? And he's on the end of what are the claws, or he's on the paw of the bear, or the bear god, and his claws are right here, right? But there he is, the ear. His body comes down here, is his crazy tail. Comes up here, his eye right there, his muzzle, his nose. So wood rat's right there. He's handing off something here. This like, I don't know. It almost looks to me like a wand, right? So what do you mean like a wand, right? So look at almost like a knife. You see how this looks like almost like a knife? There's like two circles right there, two circles, something right there. But there also looks like there's something hanging off of it right here. These white stones. And that reminds me of, like, I don't know, like, I'm still not sure, but very cool. Let's scoot in and let's see what it is. Yeah, it looks like, honestly, it looks like he's passing some type of wand. So let's go down a little bit more down the mountain. So what is he passing the wand to? Right? All right, well then, it's to this, right? What's going on right here? Well, it looks like maybe a funeral pyre or something, but if you kind of move it a little bit more over this way, I found this doorway right here. So it could be a quiche. It could be a quiche right here with a doorway right here. I'm not totally sure, but it also is wood rat putting, stuff on his nest, right? Or he's making a funeral pyre like the song, and they wanna burn the first chief, or this could be the bear. I'm not sure whose cremation pyre this is. And they might have to burn it. So then Coyote will come back and want the creator to get his songs before he gets burned. There's so much more here, team. Let's go back to the main. Let's go back to the back of Arrowhead Peak, right? I'm gonna play around on the back of Arrowhead Peak. Isn't that cool? I can do that. All right. So here is the, like, there shouldn't be anything on the back of Arrowhead Peak if it, this is all natural on the front, right? Well, look at the back of Arrowhead Peak. Here's a nose. Here's the muzzle. It comes up. His eyes right there. His head comes back. His ears right there. There's a grizzly on the back of Arrowhead Peak, team. Right there. That's a huge grizzly. He's touching nose to nose. With well, not really nose. He's touching the top of Coyote's head. So there's a coyote here. His nose here. His muzzle comes up this way. His eyes right here. His ears are right there, and he comes down this way. See? So for some reason, Bear is touching the top of Coyote's head here. And I believe this is all cut out. So let's take a look at that, team. So take a look at this canyon, right? The top of Arrowhead Peak. It comes straight down here, right behind the back of the arrowhead. I mean, that is a sheer cut. Look at that. That's man-made, man. I moved a lot of earth. It's hard. It's hard to cut like that with water. That perfect. Now, there is some tiny bit of water that ran down there, but it's made for that, right? There is always going to be water drainage down there. But look at this huge canyon. So how did that feel? Well, so maybe it came down from Waterman Canyon here, right? And somehow got pushed up in an earthquake. I guess that could be technically possible, but I think you'd see more evidence over here of that. And the hill wouldn't be so, you'd see it over here better. So I don't see that. And then over here, as you move down to the other side of this cut, if the water was coming down this way, there would be huge cuts here too, and it's all mounded up, and I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. So I honestly believe that's cut, and a lot of that dirt and stuff was used to help build this huge monument here. Look at how cool it looks. It almost looks like a pyramid right there, chilling. It's beautiful. What a beautiful piece. All right. So let's look at something else that's cool here. All right. So if you look right here, you'll see that there's the arrowhead, right? So imagine this is a nose, this is an eye, this is an eye, and there's another ear there, and that's an ear, right? And there's Coyote right there. So when you're looking from far away, right, you can see. Let's look again. Eye, nose, the arrowhead's an ear, and there's another ear over here. Right, so we'll go back out. So if you look at it, the whole thing looks like a coyote there. Why? Well, because Coyote's buried there, right? So if you're looking from far away, you see him there. Kind of cool, huh? Now, looks like the map's a little dark there, but yeah, so that's the whole thing. And Amy re-showed me that yesterday or the day before. It almost looks dragon-like. So let's do it one more time. Here's the top of the head. It comes down. Top of the head. Here's the muzzle. Nose, eye, ear, right? So he's looking out there, and that's probably been meant as you're coming into the valley to come in to see this stuff. Beautiful, and of course you'll see the arrowhead there, so you'll know where to come to meet. Now, shall we look at some other things, team? All right. Well, what's up in here? Let's check up in here. What's going on here? Let's check over here. Let's see what we got. All right. So there's another image of a coyote right here. So in certain parts, sometimes it looks like the creator. Sometimes it looks like a bear, but most of the time it looks like coyote to me. So the art is so complex, it mixes me up all the time and makes me rethink everything. But it's real. This is not me just making these things up. It's just complex. So this is actually carved here. So follow along with me here, team. This is an eye. This is an eye. Here's an ear. Here's an ear. And the muzzle comes down this way, right? So coyote's coming down. He's going down that way. This is the back of his head, right? And then his body comes this way. So coyote's coming down, going down into that area, next to the arrowhead. Now this area here, Dr. Nobel Smith mentioned that there was an area that had so many arrowheads, stuck in, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, that you couldn't even stick any more in there. So something super important was going on over there. And then you have that image there. Now, there's all kinds of images here, team. I'm not going to spend the time that's necessary to tell you and teach you all of them, but there is a lot. And if you spend time looking at our own Arrowhead Peak, you will see some of the images. It takes a while, but they will pop out at you. They're in most of our hills. I've counted at least 4 song areas behind Cal State San Bernardino, by Arrowhead Peak, Harrison Mountain, and McKinley Mountain. Of course, oh my gosh, it's so incredible there. McKinley Mountain is magnificent. But also, of course, San Gorgonio, right? So the one I've just moved into. Now, we could do some more if you want. All right, let's go over to McKinley Mountain then, right? So let's go over to McKinley Mountain, and we will turn it this way. All right, let's scoot in here. Let's turn it this way. Okay, so McKinley Mountain, right here. So here's San Manuel over here. So this is McKinley Mountain. Now this is the leaping jaguar that I first saw. One of the first pieces I seen is right here. His eyes right here, comes around his ear, his nose. Maybe it's better from. Let me turn it a little bit. There we go. Right, so he's there, and his ears come down. So from 40th Street, you could see him so good, right? And here at the top of the hill, there's 2 faces looking at each other, right? So there's one face looking this way, and then another face looking this way. 2 eyes and a nose. They're a little bit. They need to be worked on a little bit, but they're like looking right at each other. Right? I believe they are talking. So go back out, and you can see this is the jaguar area. There's his eye, his nose. His body comes down this way, down the hill. Then Coyote's coming up this way, right? So Coyote's eyes right there. Let me check it. Right here and right here, and he's coming up this way. Coyote's coming up. There's his nose right here. Why is Coyote coming up? Well, that's where the jaguar's heart is. That's where his heart's at. So he's gonna get that heart, and then you see his head move this way with the heart. Oh, yeah, and there's his head there coming down. So he's grabbing the heart and taking off with it. And there is someone who tried to stop it. Badger tried to stop it. So, or Badger was in the morning circle, and I think it was Coyote couldn't jump under his legs because he was too short, so he leaped over him. But I've also heard that he dives under bear's legs, so there's probably a bear here too. But anyway, so badger is, there's a white of the badger in the back of it. He's right there, and Coyote's trying to get by him. All right, so that's that side of McKinley Mountain. So just looking around in these different areas, there's a lot of these are art. So you just have to take the time to look at what's going on there. They did incredible carvings and stuff, and sometimes let's see if we can make this out right here. All right. So this is actually a carving too here, this way. Wow, carving, yeah. You can see like it comes to a point, right? And so it's looking down this way. Now, sometimes when the sun goes down, it creates shadows. And those shadows help enhance the art and what it looks like. And wow, I haven't really looked in this area before. But there's something going on there. Something going on here. Looks like wow, there's something going on there. I'll have to check that out later. All right, so let's flip around to the other side of McKinley Mountain. All right, let's go over here and see where we're at here. All right. Okay, let's turn it a little bit. Turn it this way. Sometimes I even lose myself where I'm at. Okay, let's turn this way. All right. Okay. Oh, that's what's wrong. Yeah, that doesn't help when you got it in 2D and we're always looking in 3D. Alright, let's find this right here. Alright. Okay. Now, it's just not showing good on the phone right now, so I'm going to have to reset that up. But I'm going to show you the next time I'm going to show you that the legend of the arrowhead back there again. It's pretty cool, and anyways, I'm getting tired, team. So anyways, have a great day. Thank you for watching as much as I can. I'm going to keep doing these lessons until probably already sick of me. Hope not. But, I'm going to keep doing this. And keep doing this until we start looking, until we can identify what these songs are, match them to the leftover history that's there, and give credit where credit is deserved to the peoples that created this incredible civilization right here in Southern California. See you later, team. This is Robert Porter, and thank you for studying with me. We study. We learn.